So now that we've already seen how to do normal sorting, there is some more technically advanced options that we have for sorting. And you can get to those advanced options either in one of these two ways. So if you go to click on the drop down from a column like this, you can go to maybe sort by color, for example, and you're going to see there's a custom sort right there, right? So, but the easier way to actually get there is to use the sort button itself, right? So if I click on the sort button itself, you see that this provides me with an option to do more on my sorting. So for example, from here, I can easily choose on which column I want to sort, which basically means that you don't have to put on your filter option for you to do something, but having the filter option there just makes it for you to work on your data, going forward. So you can close your workbook, open it the next time and easily do sorting if you want to do sorting. So, but with this sort option and this sort dialog box, you are able to do a whole lot more, right? So I'm going to give you one example. So let's take a look at this data set that we have right now. Let's assume that I would like to arrange the data set based on departments. Now, when I sort it by department, what it means is it's going to sort in alphabetical order basically, but what that simply means is everybody that belongs to the same department are going to show up at the same time. So for example, I have this cloud infrastructure architect. This is another cloud infrastructure architect. Let me see if we have another one. Maybe not. Yep, so we have another cloud infrastructure architect right here. That's 3 cloud infrastructure architects, right? So if I do the sorting based on this department, all of these cloud infrastructure architects are going to be arranged together. They are going to stay next to one another on the rows, isn't it? Now, what we are going to be able to also do is this. If I just sort by this ordinarily, let's even see what happens. So let me just sort by department. So let's do sort A to Z. Now let's go to cloud infrastructure architects. So for the cloud infrastructure architects, you see that we have 3 of them. Okay. And well, technically, we do have 3 of them, but the thing with this data set right now is that somehow the 3 of them have even been arranged still in alphabetical order. So you can see that the person that starts with A comes before the person that starts with C, before the person that starts with E. When you look at a different department like this controls engineer, okay, so these are all the controls engineers. We have 4 of them, but you see that the first person that shows up there is Jordan, whose name starts with letter J, before we have an Eli that starts with letter E, right? So with this option I'm about to show you right now, you are going to be able to sort based on more than a single column, right? Now, what that means is when I sort based on more than a single column, I want to sort based on department and staff name. The first controls engineer that should show up should be the one whose name starts with an earlier letter. So therefore, Jordan should never be the first person that shows up here. Rather, it's going to be like Eli should show first, then Emily should show next, right? Then J before L, then Jordan should show up, and then the lining should show next, right? So I'll be able to sort based on 2 columns, right? So the first column is going to sort based on departments. All the control engineers are going to be together. Then within the group of controls engineers, I'm also now going to sort based on their names in alphabetical order like that. So again, to do that, I have to be in my data tab. Then when I click on the sort button right here, I can say sort by department, and I want to sort based on the values in the cell. Remember, you can also sort based on colors and some other options. I want to sort in alphabetical order. Then I'm going to click on add level, right? So after you sort by department, I want you to also sort by staff name, and I also want that to be in alphabetical order from A to Z. So when I click OK like this, you are going to see that for my control engineers, all of them are all together. But then you will also see that the staff names are also in alphabetical order. So if you now check through all of the data sets, you see that whereas all the departments are together, the staff names are thereafter sorted in alphabetical orders, right? Now, to show you this in another way, right now, I'm sorting currently by department and staff name. I may, as a second example, show you also how to sort maybe by department and something like annual pay, for example. So that when I'm looking at all the people in the department, I would rather prefer to see maybe the people that earn their highest salaries should show up first within that department, right? So if we're using this account representative as an example, when the data is sorted like this, account representatives show up first. Good and fine, but I really want the person that has the highest salary to show first within that group. So out of these three people now, the kind of arrangement I want is that, the 34,000 guy should be the first account representative to show up. Then the 29,000 guy should be the next account representative to show up, right? So you want to do sorting based on more than a single column. That's when you get to use the sort button here, and that's when you get to add a different level. Now, the level I want to add now is not based on staff name, rather it is based on the annual pay, and I want it to sort from largest to smallest. So when I click OK now, I do have all the account representatives together, but then the highest salary shows up first. I do have something like the cloud infrastructure architects together, but the person with the highest salary shows up first. Controls engineers are all together, but the person with the highest salary shows up first.